Episode of the Cattle USA Daily Podcast. Today, we are taking some time to talk about social media. What does that look like for cattle producers? My personal thoughts and opinions on it, not only as someone who runs multiple social medias for other ag businesses, also someone who just shows up on social media myself, and what that looks like, what that means to me, and then also talking a little bit on my marketing agency side of things, of just some thoughts and opinions on how you guys as independent ranchers, independent business owners can kind of leverage social media for yourselves and your own gain, and just truly what social media means to me more in the relationship building side of things rather than the selling side. So first and foremost, as we talk about social media, I want you guys to look at social media as a tool for connection, not necessarily as your personal Facebook that your grandma and grandpa are going to see, right? I want you to be looking at social media as a way to connect with other business owners, other people within agriculture, people outside of agriculture, people that you probably don't know in your real life. And that is the first and most important mindset shift I want you to have, because although people from your life are going to see your social media, it is not for them. It is for you personally, A, and then B, most of the people that you're going to interact with, you've never met before. So like all the time I hear, people are going to judge me, or I don't feel comfortable sharing this. At the end of the day, no one cares. No one cares what you are posting. And that's the reality of it. And look at it more as a tool for connection and not a thousands to Facebook platform mindset, if that makes sense. So it's not about chasing trends. It is truly about staying top of mind within your inner circle of people. So your inner circle of people are not, I'm not referring to the people in your life right now. I'm referring to the online connections that you are going to make. It is staying top of mind within the ag industry. It is being a mover and a driver, and first and foremost that people are thinking about when it comes time for them to look up to someone as guidance. When it comes time, maybe it's bull sale season and you guys are selling bulls and you want someone to think of you when that time comes. Social media is an opportunity to build connection with people in ways that probably aren't going to pay off for a while. Social media a lot of times is a slow burn process for most people. There are situations out there where I have seen overnight success, and that is amazing. But for the majority of people, it is a slow burn situation where you are going to be sitting there and you're not going to see the reaping of the benefits for a really long time. But then you're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've made all of these amazing connections, new friendships through this. And then also, like, I've had people come to me and they've been following me on social media for 3 years and they decided to buy a bull from me this year or something like that. Social media is honestly just word of mouth marketing in a digital format. And it is the best kind of it as well, especially with the way that algorithms have gotten better and better over recent years. Your content is getting fed to people that relate to you. And so I know I've talked about social media a little bit before in marketing, and the fact that so often as ag producers, we get caught up in the fact that a lot of our social media following is other ag producers. And I think that there's a negative side to that, in the fact that we need to be conversing with consumers as well. But there's also a positive to that, that if that's the type of community that you want to build, if you want to build a community that is other ag producers, then that's what you need to do. Like, go for it. That is amazing for you. If that's what you want, then I want you to strive for that. And there are some producers out there that are just absolutely dominating the game in social media when it comes to just sharing their story and sharing about their operation. And it has not only impacted people outside of the ag industry, but it has greatly impacted people within the ag industry to be more open to talking about tough things, to be more open to talking about how other people are running their operations, what's working for them, what's not, all of these things, and just having a really open and honest conversation, and then influencing that next generation. They have turned into these digital mentors for people within the ag industry. We want the next generation to stay here. We need to continue to evolve into the ways that they are consuming their content. They're not consuming their content in the same ways that each and every one of us listening to this maybe did when we were growing up. And so it's important that we continue to evolve and look at social media as an opportunity to share about your life, share about your and be mentors and just people that are lights and providing life within to the industry and sharing about their experiences and your story. Because here's the thing. I have said this before. I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but if you're not sharing your story, someone else is going to share it for you and they're going to share it wrong. Need a ranch hand, livestock manager, or just some good help around the place? Ranchwork.com is the go-to job board for ranching-focused careers. They connect employers like you with folks who live and breathe the ranching lifestyle. With over 1 million visits a year, your job posting is going to reach a massive audience of experienced, hardworking cowboys, ranch hands, and land stewards, all right here in the U.S. And the best part, the ad rates are super reasonable. So head on over to ranchwork.com and get your job opening in front of the right people today. So it's extremely important that we get out there and we share our story and we share it unapologetically, not caring who is on the other end of that, and just sharing from the heart and saying, you know what, hey, ag isn't always pretty, but here's a little glimpse into my life and what that can kind of look like for you and your operation. So what do I post? When it comes to social media, what should I be posting? First and foremost, I want you to keep it real. I want you to share your day-to-day life, simple things done well. It does not have to be fancy. You do not have to go onto Canva and make some big carousel post. And honestly, those probably aren't going to perform. If you go through your own social media habits, what are you interacting with? Are you on TikTok interacting with people that are just posting the fluff? Or are you on TikTok interacting with people that are providing humor or relatability, or people that are just like being real and sharing the rawness of their life? Like, are you interacting with those, or are you interacting with people that are just kind of sharing the fluff and the stuff on the surface level, right? I'm not saying you need to post every single thing that happens in your life. Absolutely not. Have boundaries. But at the same time, it is extremely important that we acknowledge that, like, we need to be real in these situations. And I think we have to also draw a line in ag of being real and protecting the industry. It's also another important thing to acknowledge that there are times that we are called to be real, but maybe we don't need to be making a TikTok about it, or maybe we make a TikTok about it, but we maybe don't need to be filming it in that moment. Like, for instance, if we had a calf die or something like that, like, I think it's important to share that side of ag, but be extremely conscientious that it might not end up on the ag side of things. It could end up on the activist side of things. And so kind of protecting yourself in that instance, but also not letting that be a fearful thing of why you're not going to post. Because the reality of it is, like, if you're going to perform well and do well on the platforms, like, you're going to get a little bit of hate every once in a while. It just comes with kind of our profession, but it's still extremely important that, first and foremost, if you're sharing your story, people can't come at you for being wrong or attack the facts or anything like that, because you're sharing your emotional story. Like, no one can come at you saying that you are wrong in that situation. So if you are hesitant on what should I be posting, start first and foremost with just your day-to-day life and your personal story and build off of that from there. I want you to use this platform as an area where you can educate yourself, fellow producers, younger cattlemen, all of the things like that, really leaning into that mentor side of things. I want you to show your values through actions. So I want you to show your family involvement, your cattle quality, your good facilities, your clean handling, but I want you to show that through your action of your daily videos or posts, not saying, here, let's give you a behind the scenes on our good working facilities or something like that. Every once in a while that might be relevant, but if you're posting a video, a TikTok, a Instagram post, Facebook post of you working cattle that day, I think that that is a value that can be kind of hidden behind the scenes without directly pointing it out, if that makes sense. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to highlight the people that you work with. So the family members that you're working with, the other businesses that you're working with, the other producers that you're working with. This is just a really great way to start building a network quickly within the social media realm. It's how you continue to build a following, how you continue to collaborate with new businesses, new people, things like that. And I also, last thing on like what you should be posting, I want to encourage you that you don't have to be posting daily. A lot of people say, like, if you're going to have success on social media, you need to be posting daily or super consistently. And I will agree that you do need to be showing up consistently. But social media sometimes is also a thing that you can put down for a little bit if you need to and pick it right back up a few weeks later. I've done that myself. Or it's also a thing that If once a day doesn't work for you right now, try once a week. Challenge yourself to make a social media page for your ranching operation, or just start posting on your personal social media once a week about your operation and what you're doing, what life looks like, what you're up to, things like that. And start with once a week, once every 2 weeks. Like, I don't care, just start somewhere, because I think that where you actually start to show up, that's when the growth starts to happen. When you get over your mindset of not wanting to post or not knowing what to post, and just like start doing it just to have fun with it, just to enjoy it, and look at it less of a job and a place to connect and grow and challenge yourself, and not afraid to be wrong, like show up and be wrong, and that's okay. And just really use it as a place where you can find joy, and not a place that you feel obligated to go because I said so, or because someone else said so, or because like you feel like you have to be there. I want you to look at social media as a place that you can grow connection, and it's just like a big networking event all the time. And some of my best friends and biggest impacts that I've had on my life have been through social media. So as far as where to show up, I would say first and foremost, Instagram and Facebook are still very, very popular within the ag industry. I have a love-hate relationship with Meta. I really do. I think that it can be great at times. It can also really suck at times. It can be really hard to start a new platform on those platforms and see success, but it's also still a platform that is so heavily used within the ag industry that I think it's extremely important that we still continue to show up there. The next one, obviously TikTok, or like things like YouTube Shorts, video sharing platforms like that. The short form content is where ag is going, and it's where I have seen the most success amongst my peers, showing that real relatable life and showing that behind the scenes of just what it looks like to be a rancher. So I will say I'm a big lover of TikTok. I'm a big fan of the video content. I think that so much more impact can be made and had with video content over just photos, carousels, just normal still posts, or just normal long paragraph Facebook posts. I think that truly there is a lot more impact to be had through the video format. People relate quicker, easier, relationships get built, all of those things. So I'm really going to emphasize that. But if that's an area that you are uncomfortable, then it is also okay to not start there and be okay with just doing what is comfortable right now, and then slowly growing out of your comfort zone. Again, social media is a place where you can continue to build community, not just build content. Social media is a place where you can stay visible to your network. I think it's really, really important that you look at this almost like a big networking and social interaction activity rather than a business transaction. So that means showing up not only for yourself, but for other people that you're meeting. So that means commenting on other businesses' posts. That means commenting or DMing other people that you admire. It means resharing wins and big things in the industry, and just interacting with others and not just showing up for yourself selfishly as well. The cattle industry is extremely small, and people remember who is showing up with respect and support, even on these social media platforms. Your online presence should reflect the kind of operation that you run and the type of person that you are. Let your personality shine through, let your values shine through, and really remember that at the end of the day, you do not have to be perfect, but I encourage every single one of you to start sharing your story in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't have to be this big, formal, let me share my story with you. You can share your story in little bits and chunks and just start sharing about your life. Your life is your story. So start there. Just start sharing. I think the easiest place to start is your personal Instagrams and Facebooks. Just start posting on your Instagram and Facebook stories. Start posting on your Snapchat. Start posting just about your life, and it will come easier. And really remember that this is a place where you can build community, be social, build a platform for your business, but truly just build community with other people and continue to share the story of ag. So I hope that you guys were able to get some good ideas for different ways that you can start showing up on social media for your own operations, and just some encouragement to get out of this podcast episode and go make a post, go share a story. And you know what? A great way to show up is to that little share button in the bottom corner of this episode. You can go share that to your Instagram and Facebook stories, and We would so appreciate it here at the team. It's a great way to interact with your community, right? But I hope that you guys were able to gain some really great insight into just kind of my thoughts behind social media, how you should be showing up, what ways you can start showing up, and all of the things like that. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, rate, and review. We really appreciate it here at the team. And we will see you all next time on another episode of the Cattle USA Daily Podcast. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see ya.